Today I have Casey Kaufhold, who is 13 years old, from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. She's in 7th grade going into 8th grade, and she shoots Olympic-style recurve. So Casey, thank you for chatting with me, and let's start with a simple question. How did you get involved?
So my dad and my mother both did archery from a young age, so it was kind of like a family thing, and I really started to enjoy it when I was young, so it kind of just happened. So. And
did you start immediately with Olympic recurve, or is that something you worked your way into?
I started with just like a stick bow, like just that and arrows, and I think my second bow was just a PSC compound, like that barely made it 20 yards. Yeah. So it kind of started out really basic, so not quite Olympic recurve yet.
And how long have you been shooting this style?
About 4 or 5 years. So.
Tell me what you love most about shooting an Olympic recurve and competing in competitions.
Olympic recurve, I think it's just a lot more challenging than compound, but I think barebow is a lot more challenging. But so it's kind of an easy medium, and I like competition because I think that most people underestimate recurve, oh, they're not going to shoot good.
So you're
planning to change that. I want to prove them wrong. So.
Awesome. And now you've got some pretty cool goals when it comes to archery as well. I want to talk about those. So let's talk about the big one first. What's the biggest goal?
The big one is to make the 2020 Olympic Tokyo 2020 team, and I think that would just be the best thing ever. And if I just make that, I will be satisfied with all my archery things. I will still shoot after, but I think that'll just be the big breakthrough.
What do you think is one of the most important things someone your age should know if they're wanting to get into shooting recurve?
Don't give up. That's the biggest thing, because I've tried many different form styles, a lot of coaches, and you just have to be a coachable person and not give up. Just go with the flow most of the time.
Okay. What's been your biggest challenge?
My biggest challenge? Probably shooting against Mackenzie Brown.
Folks, we are seeing Mackenzie Brown entering the shooting arena, and this is Casey Kaufhold's hero. She is the sole entry to the to the Olympic Games from the United States on the women's side this past year.
That was at the Lancaster Archery Classic 2017, and that was kind of really
That's a pretty
big.
Special moment,
yeah,
right?
So that was quite a challenge, but
what was going through your head at that time?
I was a little bit starstruck. I was okay, I'm here against Mackenzie Brown, and I'm probably gonna still do well, but to her it's not gonna be the best. But in my head I kept thinking I have to do my best, and it's gonna be a good shot. So.
And you did.
Yeah.
I was watching, and you released some fantastic shots. And
yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit. You had your dad there commentating.
Casey, what does this mean to you to be able to shoot a match up here on this stage with Mackenzie Brown? How long have you been waiting for this?
About 2 years, so a long time.
2. Yeah, did that make you extra nervous?
Yeah, a little bit. If it was just an uncle or something that, it's not that close to you, but it was my dad, so I was hi, Dad. Yeah. When he talked to me, when I was on the podium, I got a little bit nervous, but I think I kind of got used to it as it went on.
Very good. Okay, let's give Casey a hand. Thank you very much. Mackenzie, nice shooting.
Don't start crying on me.
When you're practicing, what's your general routine? How often do you practice? What do you do?
Okay, so I practice about every day, about 100 arrows, and usually I start out blank bail, which is when you don't have a target up. You just shoot arrows to feel the shot, but then as the shots start feeling really good, I put a target up. But if sometimes if I put a target up, I feel I have to shoot a 10 because the target's there. So if it's not a good shot on the target, then I just take it down and start over and just shoot blank bail until I get comfortable. And then I have a lesson with my coach, Heather File, once a week, so that's really helpful.
Awesome. And do you do any sort of warm-up or preparation or stretching before you start shooting?
So we have stretch bands, just go through the shot normal, just with a stretch band to get your muscles warmed up, but we also do stretches arm circles, stretch out your wrists.
Anything to kind of loosen your arms, shoulders.
Just to get you relaxed.
With Olympic style recurve, there's a lot of different competitions you can go to.
Yeah. So
let's talk about maybe some of the biggest ones and the types. Tell me, like.
There is outdoor. It's very challenging because you have to shoot a very far distance. Like this year, most of the year, I'll be shooting 50 or 60 meters, which is half a football field almost. So
yeah.
That's pretty far. So.
And you usually have to shoot in whatever weather conditions.
Yeah. So if it's raining, you shoot. If it's windy, you shoot. Actually, in Alabama Outdoor Nationals 2 years ago, I had to shoot in like 3-inch deep mud.
Oh wow!
That was kind of a little hard, but we all got through it. So.
Yeah. And now let's talk quickly about indoors.
Indoors, it's a lot better weather conditions.
Yeah, always.
Indoors.
Warmer too.
Yeah, and so indoors, you most of the time you have to shoot a 40-centimeter target. And it's 18 meters, 20 yards away, and you shoot 3 arrows a round, and you shoot a normal 60 arrows, so 20 rounds.
Okay. And what do you like doing more?
I actually kind of like outdoors because it's a little more challenging, and there's a lot of places that you can go travel. Like this year I'm going to Gator Cup and maybe Michigan for Worlds, and if I make the Worlds team, I get to go to Argentina, so that'll be really
not a bad
fun.
situation. So maybe Argentina, this year, next year, and then
and then
Tokyo,
and
that's the dream.